Here are some tips on using a mortgage payoff calculator to your advantage. Normally when people use a mortgage payoff calculator, it's in order to see how much they can be able to borrow. The more they can borrow, the bigger house they will be able to afford. Or otherwise, they will use it to see how they can stretch the mortgage term to pay as little as possible per month. That would actually be the incorrect way to think about your mortgage. The idea of a mortgage isn't to be in debt for life. Rather try to pay it off and own something that is yours and that the banks can't take back. Here are some tips so that you can use a mortgage payoff calculator to your advantage. See what effect it would have if you would pay a lot more than just the minimum each month. Change the interest rates up a few percentage points and see if you will still be able to afford the mortgage if interest rates would start rising again. If you haven't bought the property yet, see what difference it will make to the total amount you would have to pay back if you buy a more affordable place and still pay the same as you were planning to pay. Change the mortgage term to a shorter term and see how much you could save yourself. Remember not to try to see what the biggest possible amount would be that you would be able to afford. Most people try to do this to be able to get the biggest and smartest house they can. They think that the more the house cost, the more they would be able to sell it for, and so they would make a much bigger profit than they would on a cheaper house. This might be true, but if you are barely able to pay back the mortgage, you will pay a lot more than you think. So your profits will be much less than it seems to be. You might actually make a loss even if you sell the property for much more than you initially bought it.